Algebra 2, Worksheet 23.2, number 19. This is another problem where we have to simplify our fraction with the imaginary numbers. One trick here, before we go through all the work, always check and see if you can reduce. I notice that in this fraction I have a 2, the negative 2, positive 4, positive 6, negative 2. 2 goes into all of that stuff, so this is going to make it a lot easier. I'm going to divide everything by 2. Divide the top by 2, I get negative 1 plus 2i. Divide the bottom by 2, I get 3 minus I. Now simplify the fraction with the imaginary on the bottom. Remember that we're going to multiply both top and bottom by the conjugate of the denominator. So we're going to take this 3 minus I, it becomes 3 plus I, both top and bottom. Now when I multiply on the top, negative 1 times 3, and by the way, a lot of people will look at this and think, oh, I'm going to cancel that, but if I cancel it, it just leaves me with what I had before. So there's no use in canceling it here. The idea is that we're trying to multiply on the bottom to get rid of these i's. We don't want the i's in the denominator. Now if we multiply on the top, negative 1 times 3 is negative 3. Negative 1 times I is negative I. 2i times 3 is 6i. And on the end, 2i times I is 2i squared. And now I've got the guy outside making a lot of noise. Oh, thank you. On the bottom, the way I've set this up, I only have to multiply the first terms and the last terms. 3 times 3 is 9, minus I times I is I squared. Whoa. Now I'm going to combine terms and simplify. Negative 3 doesn't change yet. Negative I plus 6i becomes positive 5i. 2i squared becomes 2 times negative 1. Remember, I squared always substitutes to negative 1. I'm going to pull out a little bit here so you can see more of the work. 9 minus I squared becomes negative 1 again. When I substitute on the bottom, this changes to plus. So now I've got negative 3 plus 5i minus 2 over 9 plus 1, which is 10. Combine terms again. Negative 5 plus 5i over 10. I'm combining negative 3 and negative 2. And the very last thing, since 5 can go into everything, I'm going to reduce one more time. 5 divides into both of these once. 5 divides into 10 twice. So my final answer after all that work, negative 1 plus I over 2 after I divide everything by the